50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 538. Today is Thursday, June the 26th, 2025. And according to a lot of experts, Elvis, people were laughing at your team about the picks that they made. 5 first-rounders. And Brian Windhorst was saying they were laughing at you.
Yeah, you know, first of all, as a Nets fan, anytime you have the ability to have 5 first-round picks in one night, I think you take the opportunity and you try to select the best talent available.
Yeah.
Now, is there a chance
some of them were questionable?
Exactly. Is it a chance there were better talent available?
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that, right? We had 5 first-round picks. There's a possible reach there or two, people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not faulting the Nets for possibly a swinger and a miss, but at the end of the day, what do y'all expect us to draft? A whole complete starting 5 lineup in the first round. So as a Nets fan, I'm excited for the young talent, but do I wish we would have landed possibly a couple more household names? Absolutely. But as a fan, I'm excited. But
yeah,
like I said, is there more talent out there that we possibly could have grabbed? Yeah. Maybe. But we're here. And it's okay, Dylan.
I know a lot of. Did you see Danny Wolf? His mom's like, we're excited.
His brother. I'm gonna be honest. That might be my favorite draft pick of the night.
Yeah, they were hyped.
Don't get me wrong. Like I said, there's plenty, possibly better talent out there. But the 5 we drafted, it's a lot of fucking character. So
yeah,
it's okay.
Character. Now, will they translate to the big leagues? We'll see.
I tell you what. The 22nd overall pick, Drake Powell, got faith in him. Kid looks like Jalen Williams. Got some hope. Looking like the kid. You know, the first pick, the 8th overall pick threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, it did too.
I'm gonna be real. I said it on the show. I had my eyes on Fears.
Yeah, he got taken at 7 though.
7, not mad at it. But when you get a guy that I don't think a lot of people had in their top 10, you take them at 8th overall. I understand why there's outside noise. I understand why there's questions being asked. All I'm saying is, people, we had 5 first-round picks. We're not about to draft a great all-time team in this draft, people. So, hey, it might be a couple swings or miss, but, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a home run or 2 in this draft.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We could kind of go down the list a little bit. I know Ace Bailey, he wasn't too happy.
Hey, I went 6 for 6. I went 6 for 6 though. First 6 on point.
I went first 4, right? And then I kind of switched it up because I wanted Ace Bailey to go to Washington. He wound up not going. And I mean, Utah, I feel them, but I also like.
It's Danny Ainge.
What do you mean?
He drafted Danny Ainge.
Oh, I know, but he was not happy, and he goes, I could control what I could control. Translation, my plan failed, and now I'm stuck in Utah.
Yeah, you know, when you declined workouts, never trained for that team, most teams honestly get the hint. But when you are as talented as Ace Bailey is, and you happen to fall at number 5. Remember, there's some reports saying he might go top 4. Small chance Philadelphia might sneak up and draft Bailey. I think Bailey is too good of a talent from Utah to pass up at number 5. Yes, Trey Johnson from Texas, a guard, he's talented, but Ace Bailey has a chance to be special. Let's just be frank. He could be special and out the gate. So
I think watching Rutgers, though, real quick, if I could interject, watching Rutgers, he's the type of guy that needs the ball in his hands, though. 6'8", and I think there are at times where he played disheartening basketball, East Bailey. I think he's extraordinarily talented, but I think Dylan Harper kind of overshadowed him a little bit at Rutgers, and you could see it in the tape. Just from things that I've seen, and I don't know if I would want that on my team. You could kind of see it in his attitude, him not declining workouts, him saying where I want to go, like you call the shots. You're not even in the league yet, my man.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. I understand that, but at the end of the day, you can't be mad at him for wanting to go or possibly influence his destination.
He wants to be the number one guy, and I get that.
At the end of the day, you joining a team, and you're not going to be
the number one. No,
you might not even be the third option.
Yeah,
let's just be honest. For now, Larry Market is on the team. He's
elite. He's elite. Yeah, no, he's great.
So,
isn't Colin Sexton's on that team too?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not, but Colin Sexton was on the team last year. Absolutely. So the team, it has talent, and let's see how quick he adjusts his deal. I think him and Larry Marketing at the 3 and 4 position gonna be something to watch. Yeah. It's just Utah's a bad team, people.
Yeah, Colin Sexton is on Utah, so yeah, buddy, you're not even the third. But you'll get there. I like Ace Bailey. I like Ace Bailey. Don't get it twisted. I think he's phenomenal. 6'8", could rebound. I think he has a little attitude problem, if I'm being honest, but that's about it. Cooper Flagg, we knew he's going 1, Dylan Harper 2, and VJ Edgecombe. Shout out Baylor, and shout out the Bahamas. I think he's like the 3rd or 4th kid from Bahamas national team that got drafted in its career. So shout out VJ. We knew Con Kneppel was getting drafted at 4. I think the first 4 was kind of easy. I'm not just saying that because we guessed it. You know what I really liked? I like Memphis trading up to get Cedric Coward. Guy is great. He is a good basketball player. They traded away Desmond Bane and immediately trade up and draft his replacement. I like it. I think Coward is I think he's a solid basketball player. Obviously, he's not towards Desmond Bane, but he's a good replacement and he's going to grow.
Yeah, I like the fact that Memphis was being a little aggressive as well in the draft deal. So kind of like that. We know what the direction Memphis is going. I know some people are painted him like it's going to be a complete total rebuild. I don't think it's going to be that far. I just feel like they knew what they were, and they were in a championship-ready team. The West is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
I think Memphis is just a small rebuild, and let's be honest, people, did they get better last night?
What I didn't like, the New Orleans Pelicans.
That might be one of the worst trades in NBA draft night history.
What are we doing? You trade up 10 spots for an unprotected 2026 round pick. I mean, do the Pelicans think that they're contenders or something? An unprotected pick next year too? This GM has fucking lost his mind. When Shams tweeted that and I was watching the draft, I said, they're a failed organization.
I thought it was an error.
I just thought they were failed. Even the Knicks didn't do some dumb shit like that. And that's something the Knicks would probably do. That was idiotic. What were your thoughts on that? Because am I missing something? Is the Pelicans contenders?
You're not missing anything, Dylan. My train of thought is,
and they got a below average center in Derek Queen.
Yeah,
like shout out Derek Queen. I fuck with him.
Yeah, nothing against Derek Queen. My biggest thing with the New Orleans Pelicans in this trade is you just had a 21-win season, right? Like, I'm just being real.
No, I am too.
You just won 21 games.
Yeah.
You just traded away CJ McCollum.
Thank God.
There's no guarantee Zion's gonna play. I'm gonna be friendly here.
Yeah.
50 plus games. Let's throw 60, 70 out the window. 50 plus games. If Zion plays 60 plus games, I'll give you a chance to win 40. I think you're talented enough. I have faith in Willie Green to be a play-in caliber team. If everybody stays healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge if, people, because history tells you Zion's not going to play 50-plus games. Jordan Poole, we got to see how that works out. Defensively, they're okay, but there's a small chance they might be a bottom 5 team. And there's a better chance than that they might end up with the first overall pick. So possibly trading away the first overall pick for next year. Like you said, just to move up 10 spot, Queen has to be an all-NBA rookie this year to justify that. An unprotected 2026
It's criminal.
potential first overall pick. It's not
Yeah.
like New Orleans is a lock to be a top 6 seed. A lot of things got to go right for them to even be a playoff team. I'm not saying the potential is there. The potential was there, Dill. Let's just be honest.
I know.
Barring injury. But you just won 21 games. And
It's crazy.
And you're going to possibly justify your future on this man. I don't know. He has to be all NBA his rookie season.
Yeah. And shout out him. I think he'll be okay. They got a C grade for that. Because Derek Queen's not the most refined center out there. I think he could have benefited from staying at Maryland for another year. That's just my opinion. Kid, I sent you a text. I want you to look at the highlight that I just sent of your number 8 overall kid from France. The IQ from half court is something serious.
Then I like the potential. The guy is 6'9". Off the rip, he can handle the ball.
Yeah.
Off the rip, there's a ton of comparisons I could make out there when a guy's 6'9" and he's able to dish behind the back and is able to dish the ball midair. I don't want to go Magic. I don't want to say Braun.
No.
But we're seeing it there. Could I at least say Lonzo Ball?
That's fair.
Can I at least say Lonzo Ball? Potential?
Better than LaMelo.
So at the end of the day, I like what I see. Like I said, people, 2 things could be true. Is there a chance we possibly reach for some of these players? Absolutely. But is there a chance these players could be special?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, like I said, not mad. We're not going with the more familiar names. This was a little curveball to me. I'm gonna be real, people. As a Nets fan, was not expecting this. But what I'm seeing right now, this is top 10 talent. And there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree at all. And I mean, bro, did you see it? It's off the backboard from half court. My man is bugging.
Yeah.
Yo,
and I like that because that's what we need, another ball handler as well. So the fact that he's able to do it at 6'9", and he looks elite,
elite.
So
he's 7'9", and that could dribble the ball and handle.
Yeah.
It could be scary over in Brooklyn at the Barclay.
Come on now. Nolan Trey Dre.
Trey Dre. Yeah.
He has a lot of potential. Like I said, there's no doubt in my mind. Maybe we reach for some of these players.
Drake Powell.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the potential is there. Jake Powell look like Jalen Williams. I don't care what nobody says. That's going to be our future Jalen Williams.
No, I agree. I think you might have reached. Yeah.
Don't know much about him. I'm going to keep it real. Don't know much
about him. But you're going to learn.
But Danny Wolf.
That's your boy.
That's my boy.
You wish you could hang out with his family.
I wish I could watch the Titanic with his family.
Oh my God, that's great. But yeah, glad you guys had one. For my team, we didn't have a single draft. We don't even have a head coach.
Yeah.
Wait,
do y'all have a second round pick tonight?
Yeah, we do. One.
And y'all gonna have a head coach?
No, we don't. No direction. It's funny enough. I've came in. Whoa. Let's use these words correctly. I've come to the conclusion that it'd be hilarious if they can't get anyone and they just hire Tibbs back. That would be so fucking funny. And I bet you Tibbs would say, yeah.
I don't think is that first of all, has that ever happened?
I don't know. Good question.
I don't think that's possible though. Let's just be honest.
It's possible. It's the Knicks.
You know why? This is why I don't think it's possible, because you fired him under contract. He was still under contract for a year.
And we paid him.
And think about it. Y'all going to pay him next year.
Yeah, we can't find anyone.
Legally, could you double pay him? That's what I mean. Like,
we fulfilled the contract. We paid him off for the year that he didn't coach, which would be this year. And then we just hire and just get a new contract.
But is it legally? Are y'all legally able, like under like NBA rules, able to do that?
I'm just saying, but why not?
To me, that's a little weird. Like I said, I don't think that's ever been done.
Let's get a lawyer on here.
Still, I think you got to come to the realization. Notice how I got down and getting a little quiet.
Yeah.
Frankie V.
No.
Don't sound.
He's not even
bad.
He's not even discussion.
Dylan, on June 26th. If this was June 12th, different. If this was June 5th, different. On June 26th, you gotta at least be honest and tell me Frankie V don't sound horrible. On June, you need a coach.
People listening to this are going to think I'm anti Frank Vogel, and I couldn't be more opposite. I actually support Frank Vogel and thought he got the shit end of the stick when he's been coaching in the NBA. And he's from Jersey. I want him to succeed. Actually, I like Frankie V. Not for my team. Two things could be true.
All right.
I like him, but I don't like him for my team.
Right. Realistically now.
Jalen Brunson's dad. That's realistic.
Rick Brunson, for the record, people. Rick Brunson.
That would be funny.
I like it just because first he's been there and done that. He's been on that bench for a couple years now. There's no doubt in my mind he could lead this team. Is my only question back to you is, and then we can move forward, is what if he's named the head coach?
Yeah.
Was it all
worth it? Yeah.
You already know. Was it worth it? Is he a better head coach?
I don't know.
Is he going to put you in better position to win than Coach Thibodeau?
And if we lose in the first or second round again, you're better off just having Tibbs right there. I get it.
Rip, he brought you 3 straight 50-win seasons, 3 years in the playoffs.
He's a winner.
Second round and then conference finals.
Yeah. We were a top 5 seed for 2 years in a row. Back to back 50-win seasons.
First time in your life.
In my life, absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just don't think there's a lot of buzz around the Knicks and about who they're going to get. So, we'll see. I don't even think by minicamp we're going to have a coach. And then I think they're just going to call Tibbs back and be like, hey.
You need a coach by no later.
July 4th.
I wouldn't say for Summer League, because Summer League starts in 2 weeks maybe.
Rick Brunson.
I need a coach by at least August 20th. I'm going to say that's the deadline. No later than, because the season starts October.
Yeah. If we come back here July 26th and we're in the middle of 2-a-days and I don't have a coach still, are we hitting the panic button?
I think you're going to be screaming for Frankie V. Mike Budenholzer.
I'm screaming for Jay Wright, but he's not leaving.
Still?
He's not coming out. He's already said it, and I get it.
I'm going to throw another name out there, and I know you will not like it.
Huh.
But it's a possibility.
Huh.
I'm going to laugh a little bit when I say it because I honestly think it's a chance.
Like what chance? 5% or less? I'm
going to say 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right now the Knicks have 10 coaches on the list and he's number 9.
Okay, who is it?
Darvin Ham. There's a chance still. At the end of the day, every day that ticks by, that the potential coach in your mind, ideal Knicks fan mind, is out the window. Sooner or later, one of these teams are going to sign Mike Malone as a head coach. You know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of these teams might go sign Frankie V.
You know who I want? You know who I want?
Real quick, another name that
Yeah.
I heard Stephen A. say, and to be honest, I like it just because he's from New York. He was drafted to New York, and I'm pretty sure he won Rookie of the Year.
Hmm.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind him.
So I wouldn't mind Mark Jackson being the head coach of the New York Knicks. Would he get the opportunity to? That's a different question. But clearly, Dylan, as a Knicks fan, doesn't like it. Doesn't hate the idea.
You know who I want? And he's a champion, multi-champion, 5-time Israel Super League champion. David Blatt. He's a winner.
I'm not mad at it. David Blatt,
Winner.
Went to the finals.
Yeah.
He lost.
He's won in Israel.
He was up. He was up 2-1 in the finals. David Blatt, to be honest, be real.
I'm being serious.
David Blatt or Frankie V?
David Blatt. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I am. But overall, the draft was good, though. I do want to talk. I do want to talk about, because we did have some trades. You mentioned the CJ McCollum, the Pelicans trading him, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick to the Wizards. So
for Jordan Poole
and Sadiq Bey too. So we'll see about that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a nice restart. It's a nice restart for Jordan Poole. I feel bad for CJ McConnell because that's another bad organization, the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, it's looking like they just traded him, leaving him out there to fry.
We also saw Atlanta and Brooklyn, and you guys had a 3-team deal with Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick to the Hawks. Terrence May and Atlanta's 22nd round pick, which you just spent, to you guys, and George Niang to the Celtics. And I like that. Niang is good, I think, and they were off of. They needed to clear some room financially, and I just think. We saw it with Joe Mazzulla during the playoffs against the Knicks. They were sitting Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, at that point. He was kind of unplayable. We saw how well he played, especially in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks. You remember that huge, I think he had 14 or 12 points in one quarter. Yeah. Had a 20-point game, I think, in game 2 or 3. So we all saw Kristaps Porzingis at his highest and also at his lowest still. And we saw it in the second round against your Knicks still. Kristaps is unplayable at times. So not surprised he moved, especially at the cap hit he was going to take for the Celtics. I think the Celtics, prior to those two trades with Holiday and Porzingis, they were about to be at $450 million. Yeah. Right now, they're at $280 million. They just saved themselves $170 just moving those two guys.
And I think for a positive, it's a great opportunity for Atlanta and for you guys, while the Celtics, like you said, are now kind of out of the salary cap apron or whatever. So, yeah, I like it. I thought everyone won that trade. Shout out Kyrie, 9-time All-Star, Jersey legend. He declined his $43 million. He signed a friendly deal. 3 years, $119 million. He's making around, how much is that? 119. About 39.6, about 40 million. So he's taking a little bit of a pay cut, and he also has a player option for 2027, 2028. But, I'm happy for him. He is rehabilitated or in rehab right now for his ACL, so he'll be ready. But I'm happy for Kyrie. 3 years, $119 million.
Yeah, I think this is a great deal for both sides. We got Kyrie coming off a fresh ACL injury, and the fact that he was still able to net $40 million per year injured, I think is impressive. Because let's not forget, people, when he got traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Dallas Mavericks, there was a lot of questions up in the air about his a lot of off the court issues. I'm not gonna get into it, but a lot of people
about religion.
Question about Kyrie and if basketball was really the most important thing in his life and stuff like that. All his
life.
And he got rewarded. He got a 3-year, $150 million deal a couple years ago, and now he's getting freed up 3 years at $120 with a torn ACL. I think Kyrie, if he recovers and he's able to go back and be the same Kyrie Irving, I think he's just set himself up to get a supermax deal in 2027. Let's not forget, people, he still had honestly, Kyrie's been in this league for a while now, but I think he's only 31, 32 years old. So
he just has to stay healthy.
Yeah, if he stays healthy these next 2 seasons, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets another 50, $40, $50, $60 million contract in 2027.
We also had Fred VanVleet taking a deal as well. He signed a 2-year, $50 million contract, about $25 million a year, to stay with the Rockets. He was set to make $45 million this year. That just couldn't happen.
Another call on the dream widget. What I said, Dill.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet will re-sign with the Houston Rockets for a more team-friendly deal. Cut that salary damn near in half. Went from $45 to $25 million deal. Did you see his post on IG after he signed? You ever saw the movie Rush Hour?
Yeah. Which one?
One.
Oh, okay.
When he was like, I want $50 million. And Carter's like, $50 million? Who you think you got? Chelsea Clinton?
Yeah.
And then that's what he posted. He was able to get his $50 million. So shout out Fred VanVleet. Realistically, it's kind of a 1-year deal with the player option next year. So I think Fred VanVleet got taken care of, and I think he also helped out the Houston Rockets. Now with Kevin Durant, a little more cap space available now with that $20 million deal. It's going to be interesting what Houston Rockets is able to add on because they have the cap space to add another all-star caliber player.
Were you surprised that the Hornets, they traded Mark Williams to the Suns? Because I know the trade went down last night, but I guess the Suns aren't worried about his physical, because I know the Lakers were definitely worried.
Realistically, not surprised at all. If he was able to pass the physical, not surprised by it at all. He got traded during the trade deadline, so for him being moved the night of the first round of the NBA draft, not shocked at all.
Austin Reeves, speaking of the Lakers, he declined a 4-year, $90 million extension over the weekend with the Lakers. Are you surprised?
Absolutely, Dill. Think about it. Austin Reeves, I think just this past season, proved he could handle the ball. He could score 20-plus points a game. He could be your second, third option if needed. He could play with a star. He could play at the highest level with the Los Angeles Lakers alongside LeBron James. The moment's not too big for him. And one thing you can say about Austin Reeves, he's been getting better every year, especially from the three-point line as well. So I think Austin Reeves is gonna get a nice raise pretty soon. I don't know if the Lakers are going to be willing to give him all that money, but I guarantee there's a handful of teams out there that's going to get Austin Reeves.
Do you think he plays for another team next year? Because I never thought I'd see him in another uniform. I think he's just a Laker.
So for the 2025-2026 season,
yeah,
no. But maybe come February trade deadline and they're not able to get a long-term deal done. You got to think of it from a business standpoint. Are you willing to lose him for nothing or lose him for something?
No, you're right. I just thought it was so interesting. I mean, 90 million.
I think the kid is worth more.
Wow, you do? What, like a Kyrie contract? No way. Not 3 years, 119, 120.
All right. Who you think is more impactful right now? Fred VanVleet or Austin Reeves?
Fred VanVleet.
Really?
Yeah, he's their number 2.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves is not a number 2.
He was for a large period last year
with injury.
Yeah,
but he's not. It doesn't matter if LeBron is 50. He ain't no number 2.
He's not getting 50, but all I'm saying is he's gonna get more than 20.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying he's not worth that. But what was it? 90 divided by 4. He was going to make, what, $22.5 million?
He's going to get more.
He's worth 30.
He's going to get 30 plus.
Yeah. I think that's fair. But don't sit here and tell me he's worth Kyrie numbers or Fred VanVleet.
All I'm saying is Austin Reeves is probably going to average 18, 7, and 4 next year.
Really?
Let's see what. He averaged, I think, 26 and 4 this year.
I'm looking up right now.
Look it up real quick.
He averaged 24 and 6.
What Fred averaged?
Let me see.
First of all, don't just 24 and 6. Like that's not.
No, that's good. That's good.
That's great.
Yeah. Fred averaged 14, 4, and 6.
Don't ever disrespect Austin Reeves ever again.
I'm not disrespecting him.
You just said Fred.
Yeah, but Fred is a number 2. He's a champion.
Read the stats again to me and tell me again who's more impactful.
I'm going to ask you this question, then we can move. No, I'm going to ask you a question, then we can move on. Is Austin Reeves a number 2 option?
For majority of the NBA,
no, it's a yes or no. Is he?
For the Los Angeles Lakers, no.
For any team?
Yes.
Who? Maybe your team. No disrespect. No disrespect. I didn't want to do that. Maybe the Pelicans.
Utah Jazz, New Orleans Pelicans.
No, Colin Sexton and Larry Marketing.
You think Colin Sexton is better than Austin Reeves?
Yes, he gets hurt a lot. Yes.
Oh my God.
What?
My God.
Oh my God.
You're nuts, Dylan. Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn Nets.
My man Sexton averaged 19, 4, and 4,
and Austin averaged 26 and 4.
Yeah, 1 point below him. Fuck out of here.
He's better. And he brings the ball up.
My man Colin got the. He got
you gotta put some respect on Austin Reeves. That's all I'm saying.
I am. You think I don't like him?
All I'm saying is it's good for him to deny that contract.
You honestly think he'll get $40 million?
I've never said that.
No, I'm asking.
If a team is desperate enough, maybe. I think he's going to get a 4-year deal, about 120, 130. I think 30 mil a year.
Yeah, 30. Okay. We agree on that. We agree because I agree.
Yeah.
All right. What else? By the way, Shane Gillis is hosting.
Real quick. So you agree he deserves to be paid more than Fred VanVleet because Fred is getting 25.
Yeah, I think he's worth that. Yes. By looking at the numbers, I think he's worth that. Now, do I think he's better than Fred VanVleet? No.
My question to you is, today, who's more impactful? See, I never said who's better. Who's more impactful? It's no doubt it's Austin Reeves.
Yeah, it's probably Austin Reeves. By the way, Shane Gillis is hosting the ESPYs. Do you watch the ESPYs anymore? I thought it used to be cool growing up.
I'll be honest. I don't think I watched it since John Cena hosted it. And that was like 20.
You remember when Drake hosted it?
Yeah. Remember when he flamed Kenny Smith? Yeah. So it's been years. No, I'm lying. I think I watched the one when Steph hosted it because Steph did a good job. So shout out Steph. Steph did a good job. I watched some of that. So I think that was 2022. Mm-hmm. So I haven't watched a glimpse of it since 2022.
All right, kids, let's get to the NFL. We were right. I think you talked, and correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I said 10 games or I said up to a year. I don't know what your prediction was, but finally the punishment came down for Justin Tucker. He is suspended 10 weeks for this upcoming season for violating league's personal conduct policy. That's just a politically correct way of sexually misconduct. Justin Tucker's representative said, "We are very disappointed with the NFL's decision. Justin has always strived to carry himself in a way that would make his family and community proud. He stands by his previous statements. In order to put this difficult episode behind him and get back onto the field as soon as possible, we have been advised to just accept the resolution and to close this matter." That's unfortunate. But you know what they say. He will be reinstated November 11th.
At the end of the day, we saw this coming, Dylan. When a team like the Baltimore Ravens releases you, I'm not gonna bring up names or anything, but we know the history of the Baltimore Ravens. Let's just say they're player friendly when it comes to off field issues. They'll give you the benefit of the doubt, right? When the Baltimore Ravens let you go in the start of involuntary OTAs, I knew something was up. Yeah, you just don't release.
He's a future Hall of Famer.
He might not be a first ballot Hall of Famer
because of this.
Not just because I don't see. Was Adam Vinatieri the first ballot?
I don't know. That's a good question, but he should have been. That's the GOAT.
He should have been, right? So I'm
Yeah.
not sure how many kickers have been first ballot Hall of Famers, but there's no doubt in our minds, Justin Tucker is a Hall of Famer kicker. If he still is, that's a question for a different day.
Yeah.
But to get released, you knew something was up. So the fact that he's been suspended, what is it, 9 games?
10 games.
10 games. Deshaun got a season and 12. Hey, not surprised at all. At the end of the day, I know it sounds...
No, the way you said it, Deshaun got a year, and the hand motion got it.
Yeah. So Deshaun got a year and 12 games. Justin got 10 games. Sounds about right, you know? So I don't want to... I know we're laughing, people. I don't want to take, like, the serious side of this for jokes.
No, it is
it's
serious.
Not. It's serious. I'm just letting you know, as of right now, he's not being criminally charged. So these are all civil suits. So it's looking like he won't go to jail, face prison time, or anything like that. And he got a 10-game suspension. Hopefully I honestly hope none of this is true.
That's the thing. We're laughing, but we hope none of this is true. I was laughing at Elvis's hand motion.
And if it is true,
then he needs to go to jail.
Yeah, and he also needs help.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely because people in jail wind up not getting the mental help that they need and wind up going right back to jail. I think that we could talk a whole pot about the justice system. But yeah, so he is a free agent. He
got the boot.
Yeah, so he still remains free to try out and sign with any team. And if he is signed in the offseason, he may attend training camp and practice, but he can't participate in any preseason games. So
yeah, same way when as a Patriots fan, when Tom Brady got suspended those 4 games, he played all preseason. I saw him play at MetLife versus the Giants, him and Eli. And he played 3 quarters because he was going to be suspended. So do I think Justin Tucker will play in the NFL again? Absolutely. Will he be on a contender come, November, December? Who knows? At the end of the day, we've seen a lot of neck injuries, especially with kickers, throughout the season. There's no doubt in my mind that Justin Tucker will be on a team come, December. It's just, would it be on a team that matters or not?
So Adam Vinatieri made the finalist of the last 7 people, and he did not make it. He's probably going to be a second ballot Hall of Famer.
Look at that. So if he wasn't a first ballot, I don't think there ever would be a first ballot Hall of Fame kicker.
That's a shame. Adam Vinatieri won Super Bowls with that leg.
That's
crazy to me.
Expired multiple.
Yeah, that's
that
wild.
Doesn't make you first ballot.
I don't know what does.
What you gotta have now?
Never miss a kick.
Now that puts into question, Dill. Not to go off subject, but if Adam Vinatieri is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, is Von Miller a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I don't think so. Even he's a Hall of Famer,
but does
you think
matter?
He is?
No, but I'm looking at it like I'm comparing the two.
Yeah.
They both have all-time Super Bowl performances. How are you not a first ballot Hall of Famer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Name me off the top of your head. Anybody. Name me 10 players who have been more impactful in the last 25 Super Bowls.
Oh, Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going to give Big Ben in there.
Richard Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I would say beast mode, but he didn't really have to do much one Super Bowl. Remember, Seahawks won by 40.
I know. That's the thing.
So I could take Richard Sherman out. You know what I'm saying?
Eli Manning?
Absolutely, Eli Manning.
But what about Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis, absolutely, no doubt. But Adam Vinatieri has to be somewhere in that.
No, I agree. I don't think. Growing up, he was so good. Antonio Gates, a guy like that. I know he hasn't won anything.
No, but I'm saying
Super Bowl.
Just Super Bowls.
I don't know. Maybe Earl Thomas. James Harrison. Talk about a Steeler.
Yeah, James Harrison.
James Harrison is a fucking beast. Oh, a Jet, but he won with you guys, Darrelle Revis. He shut down a whole side of the field.
I'll go Malcolm Butler before Darrelle Revis.
That's wild.
He won the Super Bowl.
I get it, but who was better? I get it. He made the winning play. I get it. I get it.
If Darrelle Revis not on the field, good chance we still win that Super Bowl. Without Malcolm Butler intercepting that pass, we're not winning the Super Bowl.
That's fair.
If Adam Vinatieri misses those kicks, we're not winning the Super Bowl. You got to put that in perspective.
How about I know he didn't win, but this is the first name that came to my head. Calvin Johnson.
Super Bowls.
I know, but he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You know who's a guy?
Luke Kuechly.
He lost.
I know, but Luke Kuechly at one time was the best middle linebacker in the world.
It was no question.
There's no debate. Oh, this is great. We could talk. Football season is coming. When we're starting to talk like this, I can't wait. But people did come for plays. So let's get into plays. Before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition with only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching some MLB. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid, I sounded like one of those ads.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was one of your best ones ever.
Right? I was flowing, kid. All right. By the way, Thursday, while we're recording this, a lot of games ended already. Houston beat Philly.
Yeah. For the people listening, sorry to cut you off, though.
No, you're
this
good.
Is more of like a recap episode.
Yeah, it's the dog days, man.
And moving forward to about
middle of July.
Like July 18th, around there.
Yeah, my birthday.
Yeah, around there, around Dylan's birthday. Maybe after Dylan's birthday. That's when we really start 2-a-days. But till then, people.
It's the dog days. Yeah, especially on a Thursday where 7 out of the 8 games have kicked off already, and there's only one game left, and it's the Mets and Braves. So nothing really to talk about.
It's not like we're out here just blind betting and we bet every game, people. I only have 2 plays for today. One is already done. So we're already 1-0 for the day. I had Chicago Cubs.
Nice.
Minus 135 on the money line. They was able to win 3-0. And then I got one other play for today. I'm not going to force a ton of plays, people. So, like I said, I'm sorry. There's not going to be a ton of plays till about.
Don't apologize.
I got to apologize, still. Honestly, you know what? I can't. I take that back.
I like to apologize to absolutely no one.
Blame the NBA. Blame the NFL. Blame the UFL.
Yeah.
Blame them.
There is W.
Yeah, there's WNBA. Not for nothing. I don't like much on it today or tomorrow. I got a couple leans, but nothing official. Like I said, baseball, Dylan's going to give a ton of plays. I'm going to give some, but it's not like we're just going to come on here and give you a ton of baseball plays for the hell of it. We're not going to do that, people. So bear with us. It's going to be a little slow.
That's not smart either.
Yeah, it's going to be a little slow for these next couple of weeks. But when I tell you, come August, it's going to be prime time. A lot of features.
And you hit the MVP a few years ago.
Come on now.
We've been profitable for futures. Yeah, so for tomorrow, I do like the Rays here on the road against Tommy Segura and the Baltimore Orioles. Ryan Pepiot has been much better his past few games. Minus 120 on the road seems like a very, very good price. So I don't mind that at all. Going to stay away from the Yankees and the Mets game. Mets playing the Pirates. Hopefully they should win. They are on the road in Pittsburgh, but David Peterson has been really good, but they're too big of a favorite. The way the Mets have been playing right now, I don't want to back them at this price. So going to stay away from that. Not anything in the San Diego and Cincinnati game, but your Red Sox, kid, Brian Bello taking on Jose Barrios. Not a big Jose Barrios fan. I know the Red Sox are struggling right now. They lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
They just got swept by the Angels,
Mhm.
but they are better at Fenway. And Toronto, 17-21 on the road. I'm not a big Jose Barrios fan. I am going to take the Red Sox here, -110. Do you have anything on your boys?
Yeah, Dill. Give me the Red Sox -115. Caught a little higher number than you, but I think you're absolutely right. Coming back home, having a day off after a crazy road trip, trading away, had some drama, trading away our star player Rafael Devers. Now we could come back home, have some home cooking, and we settle down, Dill. And I think this is a perfect scenario to bounce right back. You know, we're only a couple games back from the wild card. Now you got barriers in the Blue Jays coming in. I think it's time we have a sweep of our own. So we lost 5 straight games. I think we get right on track with the Blue Jays in town. Give me the Red Sox -115 on the money line. And then my other play, Dill. I agree with you 100%. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays -120 on the money line. We said it from the start of the season. We're gonna fade Baltimore this year, but this is clear as day. You know, -115 on the money line. Tampa's won 4 out of the last 5. Baltimore lost 4 out of the last 5. Sugano, he's okay, but at the end of the day, he's very hittable, and Tampa's been hotter as of late. Give me Tampa on the money line. And then for tonight, people, for the live listeners right now, I'm taking your New York Mets. New York Mets taking on the Atlanta Braves. Holmes on the mound for the Braves. Canning for the New York Mets still. I expect that to take care of business. Canning, honestly, the ERA might not be too great though, but 73 on the year. Atlanta, they've been better in the month of June, but at the end of it, it's still not a great team, at least yet, in my opinion. Your Mets have been losing, but y'all been hitting, Dill. Y'all been hitting, so kind of like the over as well, but give me the Mets -115 on the money line.
Watch out, Juan Soto's been heating up.
He's
Had
heating
another
up.
home. Yeah. So, other things for tomorrow. Could be a really good game. I think it's probably the game of the day tomorrow. Logan Gilbert taking on Nathan Eovaldi. Nathan Eovaldi has been shoving for the fucking Rangers this year at home in a coin flip game. I like Texas here at home, even though I could see the Mariners winning. Their offense has been on fire as of late, so it should be a good game. I do lean Texas. For the Dodger game, Noah Cameron has been lights out for the Royals. Now they don't score. That's why I like the under 9.5. The 9.5 seems a lot, and I know it's the Dodger lineup, but I really think Noah Cameron has been really good for this team, so I like that. And that's all I liked. Angels, too big of a favorite. Didn't want anything with Arizona. By the way, that fucking fan who screamed that shit to Ketel Marte.
Yeah, he deserves to. Yeah, he deserved to be banned. I believe he was banned not just from that ballpark.
Every ballpark.
Every ballpark. You know, at the end of the day, to the fan, there's nothing wrong with talking your shit to the players, but there's a certain line you don't cross. You keep it on the field. You want to say, "Hey, you suck. You can't
hit.
You can't like that's all in. Your team sucks. That's all in bounds. You can't catch a fly, Mr. Era. That's all in bounds. You stink. That's all in bounds. But when you take personal shots, you're crossing a line. So that you personally, sir, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit. And I'm so glad everybody stood with Ketel Marte, who's an absolute stud. He didn't deserve that. And I'm glad everybody fucking banned him. Baseball doesn't need people like that. Yeah. It's a fucking great sport. You and I grew up on it. We love baseball. And imagine people like that were at our games. Fuck that person.
Well, at that young age, that person would have had to see me. Personally,
back Elvis's temper, you would have had to see him.
You would have had to see me. Now I was a minor, so I already knew I was getting out the next day. I couldn't care less. So kudos to the MLB. I think they handled this thing perfectly and flawlessly. So shout out to MLB for putting their players first.
Kid, that's going to do it. Any big plans for you this weekend? We got a big fight card. It is International Fight Week this
International Fight Weeks are going to be tuning in Saturday as well. I got my niece Jayla high school graduation.
Wow, they grew up so fast.
Yeah, got the class of 2025. So shout out her, shout out my cousin. By the way, side note, people, my little cousin. She was the first person to ever make me feel old.
Huh? What'd she say?
Cause this was like 2 years ago. I think she was like 16 at the time.
Yeah.
We was talking about something, and like she was listening to The Weeknd. I said, "What you doing listening to The Weeknd?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Shut up! I can listen to what I want." I
Oh,
said, "Girl, who you talking to like that?" I said, she was like, "You." I said, she's like, "Yeah, aren't you almost 30?" I said,
damn.
I am almost 30. I just walked away.
You got nothing to say.
I said, damn,
You're right.
first time in my life, I got told, "Aren't you like 30?" And I was like,
no cap, cause she put you in your place.
she humbled me.
Yeah, no.
In my own place. This was like 2 years ago. So shout out Jada, still one of my favorite cousins. But for the first time in my life, people, just 2 years ago, I felt old.
We are old.
Didn't feel good.
No, it doesn't feel good. It's like a gut punch. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like I'm about to be 30.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm 30 in less than a month. July 18th.
getting old, dog.
I know. It's the worst. What was I gonna say? How's the car? Are we looking by the
Great.
July 4th?
Oh.
We have an update?
Oh, the project. Oh. Realistically, Dale,
No, it's not looking by July 4th now.
Put it like this.
Yeah.
If I really, really wanted to
Yeah.
and make enough phone calls,
Yeah.
it could be running this weekend.
Is Freddie helping you?
Yeah. How
Okay.
realistic is that? It's summertime. It's hot as balls. People got their own thing to do. It's not like I'm prioritizing. It's not like it's like the number one thing on my mind. Yes, I would love the car to be done by July 4th, but I got to be realistic, people. Got to be realistic, and people got things to do. So I can go make a couple phone calls and get it done by this weekend if I really want to. But it might not be. It might not be meant to be
done.
So,
Maybe the end of July. Maybe that's more realistic.
maybe in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Who knows? 3 weeks. Who knows? Like I said, just got some OEM Honda bolts here.
Okay.
You know, so we just tightening everything up.
Yeah.
Still gotta get a battery.
That's easy though.
Yeah. What else I need?
Rims?
I got it. Honestly, I got everything. I just need to button a few things up. Need like some hoses, some clamps, battery.
Some light shit.
Yeah. Clean the car a little bit. That's it.
Well,
much.
kid, you have a great weekend. Congratulations to your niece graduating high school. I remember when we graduated, kid. Time is flying, but enjoy the games this weekend. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys on Monday. Peace.